We welcome you to SportsShack episode 52. My name is Brandon Talley, along with,
Dennis Tui.
there you go. And we are here to bring you the hottest, fresh sports takes in the world, serving them up hot and fresh. Unless you want them cold. I mean, I don't know. And again, I don't know anybody who likes cold food. Maybe leftovers, maybe. Like
Oh,
cold pizza.
sandwich.
Like cold pizza.
Sandwich.
Sandwich. Cold sandwich too. I get
Yeah,
that.
cold cuts.
Yeah, cold cuts too. I'm gonna make a cold cut sandwich before I go to work.
Yeah, I was planning on making some cold cuts right after this airs.
Mm, that's a good idea. I'm debating if I want to get a chicken colored hero or maybe something grilled chicken.
Ooh. What
Yeah.
is your go-to hero?
Right away off the bat, it would be a chicken cutlet hero. It'd be chicken cutlet, lettuce, tomato, oil and vinegar,
Wow.
salt and pepper. Um, it was delicious. Which is why what happened with A&A or one of the delis in our town, what happened in that situation. Um, I was devastated, obviously, because of the situation that happened. It was very messed up, and tragic. The situation that happened at the A&A deli,
Mm-hmm.
and it was also one of our favorite delis as long as we've been in Plain Edge. That's it was one of our go-to delis, especially going to for holidays we get catering from them, and they're really good to us. They're good, good people. So
Mm-hmm.
rest in peace to the parents of the A&A deli.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things about A&A is their chicken colored heroes were the best.
So good.
Like for my go-to hero, it was delicious. Again, I would get chicken cutlet, lettuce, tomato, oil and vinegar from A&A. So again, like it was probably my favorite sandwich ever. So, again, that deli unfortunately is no longer operation. So, I don't get my go-to. So now I'm looking for where I can get the next great chicken cutlet hero. Because I love chicken cutlets.
Yeah.
You know, but let's see. Thank you to I think our buddy. I'm sorry, Jason. I had to make you do that. Said
Mm-hmm.
I would have to make him search on his phone. Very selfish of me. So please forgive me, our good buddy Jason Brandell. I hope your allergies are doing good. I know my allergies been getting bad. I know me and him have been talking about
Hey, just thoughts and prayers for Jason and his allergies, real quick.
like
He's
he's
going through a
cracking up.
lot.
I was gonna say it, but I know it's Memorial Day weekend. We got a lot going on. I'm very excited for what's to go on. I know I was saying to you before we go on the air, I'm gonna work late tonight at my job, and then I gotta thug it out and kind of wake up tomorrow morning because I'm going to Fire Island,
Oh, good for you.
and then I got a grad party at the end of the day. So it's just a busy day, and then Sunday I'm doing nothing. It sucks because the weather supposedly is going to be shit. It's supposed to be a rainy Memorial Day weekend.
That's always the worst because you want to get boy, I took a few screenshots of myself so I could put it on the social media to share that we're going live. Man, all the pictures I took of myself and us sucked. All right, but yeah, rainy Memorial Day weekend always kind of sucks. Like you know me, like I'm an Eagle Scout. When I was a kid, we used to always do the flags at the veteran cemetery, and then we would that Monday we would do the parade. So if it was a rainy Memorial Day weekend, it kind of sucked. Especially because the Saturday before Memorial Day, tomorrow, where you put the flags in front of the graves of the fallen soldiers. Um, that,
That's amazing.
yeah, that would always be our picnic afterwards, later in the afternoon at like 1 o'clock. So we would do that in the morning at like 7 a.m. ish range, and then 1 o'clock in the afternoon we would go do our picnic, and it would be like a whole fun weekend. And so like when it would rain, it'd be like, oh man, that like, really kind of throws a monkey wrench into our plans here because now I have all these activities booked and it's just rainy out.
Mm.
Kind of sucks. So
Yeah, last year was freezing. It was cold. Like it was a cold Memorial Day weekend because the weather. At least the Saturday I was when I was working at Jones Beach for the air show for Connoisseur Media.
Mm-hmm.
It was freezing. Like it was windy, and there was like people like dressed like they were going to the beach, and it's like right now, honestly, I would really be in like like sweatpants and just sweatshirt right now. I would not be it was freezing. It was not beach weather. So, but now this year, this week was like scorching hot. I laid outside for like a half hour. It felt like 90 degrees, and I already got burnt. Now it's like tropical weather now. Unfortunately, and when it comes to the Memorial Day weekend, now of course, it's like going to be like a tropical storm. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's to that extent. It's a little extreme, but you know what I'm saying. It's just not the typical Memorial Day weekend weather. I remember 2 years ago it was actually really nice. It's actually really good weather.
Yeah. Yeah. When it's funny, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Memorial Day
Yeah,
weekend always used to be my big party weekend. My friend used to always throw like a rager,
yeah,
which is funny. But
yeah. Memorial Day weekend, just like Labor Day weekend, it's a great holiday. Some people don't celebrate it. Like they're just they're doing their own. They're relaxing. It's another opportunity to just kind of sit back, wind down, and relax. Or you could have. You could also throw barbecue in your backyard, kind of in the meantime. Like
mm-hmm.
4th of July. I feel like it's like such like a big party day because like I think it's like a big house party day. Like for a
Mm-hmm.
barbecue again, like I did last year,
Yeah, that was fun.
which hopefully I get to do again. That would be nice
It was a nice time.
because that was a good time because we was able to throw. That was we took advantage of the backyard. So I love my backyard.
You have a nice yard.
Um, yeah, thank you. But no, but like I said, it was just like Memorial Day weekend. I feel like it's like a busy weekend for so it's a busy. It's like everyone's out like house partying or like they're going out or it's or the barbecues. It's the start of summer, so.
Yeah. Hopefully it clears up a bit. I have nothing planned yet. I was gonna ask my brother and my cousin if we want to go out for dinner, but I don't know.
Mm.
I'm just like so happy to like coast.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks for your guy, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Dennis,
like, you see it on my face. I'm like,
well,
not as wild a week though for New York as New York sports.
it's
Knicks hot. New York Mets are looking a little. You guys have had a nice little 7-day stretch. 2 losses to the Nationals. I said you guys couldn't split. You had to take 3 out of 4, but whatever. My Yankees. I'm wearing the jersey. I know the Yankees have sucked lately. Garrett Cole is coming back. Hallelujah! Garrett Cole is coming back tonight. Bro, of course I got to throw on a Yankee jersey. Come on, man. That's my guy here. Especially because my Kristaps Porzingis jersey, I'm not sure how that one fits. So if the Knicks make it to the next round, obviously I'll be rocking the Porzingis. But until then, sorry if you guys hear the barking of my puppy in the background.
yeah. My dog was barking before. I thought I thought you were gonna hear Sadie Grace. I'm definitely excited for it's a lot happening in New York sports right now. You just said it all right there. What's that?
One quick thing about New York sports, though, I don't like doing this normally. I got to dunk on the New York Liberty. You guys have sucked lately. Pick it the f up. Tighten up. Yesterday they got their doors blown off at home by the Golden State Valkyries. Tighten up. Continue. Championship contenders, my ass.
One thing I think we should bring up before we start talking about talking more about the sports world, and especially in New York. The sports world in terms of NASCAR was definitely hit hard yesterday, as Kyle Busch unexpectedly, shockingly passed away at the age of 41 due to a severe illness. Like it was weird. Last Friday he was getting interviewed, and then I think for some reason I think his family said he was unresponsive. I think on like Tuesday or Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and I think yesterday his family said like he was going to the hospital. If I'm correct, and don't quote me, but that's just what I heard. And then maybe like 6 hours later, that's when he passed away. If I'm correct, let me look it up just to be sure. But then again,
Yeah.
that's how just crazy and fragile life is.
Yeah, and it's a shame. Like Kyle Busch was one of the NASCAR drivers. Like I didn't know obviously personally, but I knew Kyle Busch because like I know people who are big NASCAR fans, and he was like a very beloved figure. And I think you had just said it while I was trying to fact check if something. He uh he had an illness, and life unfortunately happens, and then it doesn't happen. Um, but he had said the last things he said, and after he won at Dover was, "You never know when the last race is going to be." He said that.
Wow.
He well, not last race, but you never know when the last time is going to be. I think he meant it more so on the podium, obviously. But it's just life is short,
Life
man.
is short and life is
Life is
fragile.
short, and it's a shame that they lost a guy who seemed to be a pretty decent guy. But it's just a shame. It's just a shame. When I first saw that he passed away at a young age, because as a Kyle Busch, like, I knew people that were Kyle Busch fans as a kid. Like he couldn't be that old. And then I saw the age. It's like, oh man, like you think like Dale Earnhardt died in a race, and like immediately I was thinking that happened. But no, it was some bizarre illness, I guess. Hopefully, his family and whatnot get through it. But that's a real shame, man.
Yeah, again, like you said, life is fragile. Life is too short. So that's, very tragic and just awful, of course, that to hear the news of Kyle Busch, passing away just unexpectedly. So what happened was, and this is from the New York Post. Um, Kyle Busch became unresponsive while testing a racing simulator in Concord, North Carolina, the day before his death, and had to be hospitalized. Sources told the Associated Press. Um, Bush died Thursday at the age of 41 after being hospitalized for what had been described as a serious illness, and no official cause of death has been revealed. His family posted on a message on his Twitter account on Thursday at 10:23 that stating he had been hospitalized and would not compete this weekend. And his family wrote Kyle had experienced severe illness resulting in hospitalization. He is currently undergoing treatment and will not compete in any scheduled activities this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We ask for the understanding and privacy as the family navigates this situation. Um, and th- um, and then yes, and his family came out. The Bush's family, NASCAR, and Richard Childress Racing then released a statement later, over 7 hours later, announcing that he had died. In statement, I'll read the statement quick. A future Hall of Famer, Kyle was a rare talent, and who comes along once in a generation. The joint statement read, "He was fierce, he was passionate, he was immensely skilled, and yet cared deeply about the sport and fans. Throughout a career that spanned more than 2 decades, Kyle set records in National Series wins, won championships at NASCAR's highest level, and fostered the next generation of drivers as an owner in the Truck Series. His sharp wit, competitive spirit sparked a deep emotional connection with race fans of every age, creating the proud and loyal Rowdy Nation." And yep, that's so yeah. Again, Kyle Busch unexpectedly passing away at the age of 41. May he rest in peace. Quick moment of silence. All right. So now, moving back and forward to the New York sports world again. Last night, the New York Knicks took Game Two, so now they're up 2-0 now in this Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs. After Game One was an emotional roller coaster for fans. After the Cavs were up by 21 or at least 22 in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks ended up going on a 44-11 run, and taking Game One in great fashion, in the showing their dominance as a team as a whole, and then obviously Game One was kind of back and forth. Game Two was back and forth, where people thought the Cavs were going to end up taking over. I think it was one point it was like 85-70. People thought that was going to be like the Cavs coming back, but no, that wasn't the case. The Knicks ended up taking Game Two, and now the Knicks head to Cleveland now, looking to continue on to Game Three, on to Game Four. A lot of people are criticizing Kenny Atkinson and how he's been coaching in the playoffs. Um, a lot of people saying the Cavs are out now. They're down 2-0. It's going to be hard for them to come back. But then again, we've seen this before. In the semifinals, they upset Detroit. In a hard fought series. Upsetting them as the number 1 seed, and Cavs number 4. So again, we've seen this before. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Cavs going to try to rebound in Game 3 because again, you know, it's not over till it's over. So again, people already have the Knicks kind of sweeping, or I wouldn't say that. I feel like a lot of people kind of saying the Cavs are going to try to make a comeback, maybe take at least 1 game. But a lot of people also down and out on the Cavs and saying it's not good right now. This is kind of put themselves in a hole. But in terms of the Knicks, I love this energy. I love this excitement. I'm excited to see how they're going to fare if they make it to the finals. And it's going to be a great day for New York sports because the Knicks, haven't made it to the finals in almost 27 years. A year before we were born. The last time and that's the last time they won the Eastern Conference Finals. So, and if they win it, it's going to be a great day for New York sports. The Liberty, they've won it a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended the drought for New York sports.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really a situation. It hasn't been like a drought in New York like sports, like championships, like because Liberty kind of did it.
And MLS
Liberty
one too. Yeah.
The Liberty did end that, so obviously we can close that discussion right there. The Liberty did end the New York championship drought because they won it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like I said, that situation's done. Again, I'll say it one more time. That topic, like of there being a New York championship drought, there is none because the Liberty, again, they won it for us. So shout out to the New York Liberty. The Knicks, though, they've had a 50-year drought for them. So I think for them to potentially win it for the first time since 1973, it would be just a great time for New York sports.
Yeah, and listen, there's plenty of game left. There is plenty of game left, not just in this series, but let's be honest. Like you're looking at like that absolute bloodbath in the Western Conference right now between the Spurs and the Thunder. It's not going to be easy. So hopefully, they get their championship, but it's not going to come an easy way. I'm rooting for them. Obviously, you're rooting for them. We'll see how it goes. One thing I have to say a few things. I am really optimistic, especially after last night. Winning 1 game, the first game at home when you have a big layoff, that's impressive. But absolutely dominating and blowing out an opponent when Jalen Brunson had the kind of game he had, 4 points going into the second half, or it might have been 2 points going into the second half, that he really was just struggling. And Josh Hart is the guy who kind of got it done. All game, Josh Hart he was doing all the Josh Hart stuff, and it was working. A lot of times you have those streaky kind of the other guys, as Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley like to say, the others. But Josh Hart, your main star isn't starring? All right, fine. Josh Hart, 26 points, 10 for 21 from the field, 5 for 11 from 3, got 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. I mean, it's all the classic Josh Hart stuff of just all the gritty, dirty work to keep the team in it. Karl Anthony Towns had 18 points. Mikal Bridges had 19 points. Where I'm going with this is, and Karl Anthony Towns also had 13 rebounds to go along with that. But where I'm going is, for last year it felt like Jalen Brunson had to do everything. This year there's other guys on that team that can kind of elevate. I mentioned those other guys. OG Anunoby still had 14 points, and Jalen Brunson himself, 7 for 16 from the field, is not terrible in a vacuum. 1 for 7 from 3 is pretty terrible, especially again when he had so few points in the first half. 14 assists. If your shot's not going down, don't force it. Other guys on your team, they're getting their shots down. Fine, give them the ball. So be it. And that's something to keep an eye out. As far as the Cavaliers of it all, I don't know what's going on there. I know people are not happy about Kenny Atkinson. Game 1, I think really Kenny Atkinson sold it.
Okay.
But what's he supposed to do? Stop playing James Harden completely? What do you do in that situation? James Harden is, a traffic cone on defense. We all know that. However, offensively, he does give you quite a bit normally. I think this is just a bad matchup. Knock on wood. This is real wood. This end table. Jalen Brunson's always kicked the you-know-what out of Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. It's just, it has.
Right, that's been a thing.
There's guys that have your number.
Yeah.
And then you have James Harden, who's not the best postseason player. And you go up against a team that has Josh Hart, who always elevates himself in the playoffs, and OG Anunoby, who's won a ring and is, a defensive demon. I'll concede the fact that maybe Evan Mobley or Jarrett Allen are better defensively than Karl Anthony Towns is. Neither of them are as offensively dynamic and versatile as Karl Anthony Towns is. And I think that's really showing up itself too. If they play the two bigs, that's fine. The Knicks can play that way. They're happy to play that way. If you want to use the bigs that you have on your roster, that's fine. That's more minutes we could give to Mitchell Robinson, who the last time these teams played each other looked like freaking Wilt Chamberlain. People are forgetting the 20 rebound game, and the guy was absolutely unstoppable. Had to play the best week of basketball of his life. So I just think this is one of those cases. Kenny Atkinson's going to get dragged through the mud. Game one, they should have won. What are you doing? But, take James Harden out, put him in a little bit of defense. The guy was coughing the ball up unbelievably. And I'm still mad about it because he was one assist away from giving me like $75 or whatever it was. But whatever.
Okay.
This game too, though, a good team beat a team that's not bad, but not as good. I think is kind of how it shakes up. And plenty of game left. Listen, my team in 2021 was up in the finals 2-0, and we lost 4 straight. Plenty of game left. But right now, my thing I've been saying to my friends at work and whatnot over the last couple of years of Knicks in 26, it's not looking bad. I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, it's not looking as bad. I didn't realize about Kenny Atkinson. He's from Northport. I had no idea.
Yeah, he was the coach for the Nets for a while too. He's not a bad coach.
What happened with him and the Nets?
Kevin Durant. Next question.
Okay, I guess that's all I need to say.
You have a roster that are just coach serial killers. that's what
crazy.
Happened.
That's crazy. But yeah, again, that's crazy. But then again, wait, no, sorry. Again, that's crazy. I know he's been. What was he? He coached the Nets, and then what else did he coach?
He wound up becoming the assistant coach for the Warriors for a couple of years there. He actually won a ring as an assistant coach. But after that, I don't think he got a head coaching gig. I don't think he got a head coaching gig until he went to the Cavaliers. I think maybe there was a year of the Hornets, or maybe he was interviewed for the Hornets or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it seems like he's a good coach. It's just
he went to the Clippers at one point as an assistant.
He seems like he's a good coach, and he should not be faulted for.
No.
Obviously, what happened with the Nets? Obviously, Kevin Durant. Next question, and then obviously goes to Golden State. They win a ring, and this is kind of after, right? This is in 22, right? He won that ring.
Yeah, with the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, so he was with the Clippers for a year in between the Nets and the Warriors, and then he went to the Warriors and won his ring.
Seems like a really well-resumed, well-rounded coach.
Definitely. I mean, like, for years, he was a coach with the Hawks, an assistant. He was an assistant with the Knicks. He had done quite a bit, so he was a coach of the year last year in 2025. He got coach of the year. So it's not, this guy's not a bum, not by any means. I think maybe sticking with Harden was a bad idea. I'll concede that. However, he's also not the one that gave him the most notorious playoff choker in the history of the sport. What do you want me to say? At some point, James Harden's got to figure it the F out.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
yeah, no. So I wonder how the Cavs are gonna kind of. I mean, I felt bad for Donovan Mitchell because I was watching the post game and he just like I feel like he's looking like not stressed, but kind of just like overwhelmed by because like people ask him like it's like the reporters are asking him after the game. They're like, and he said it straight up. He's like, "We're just not making no shots." That's what he said.
I mean, he was. I talked about Brunson having a weak first half. Donovan Mitchell had 7 points in the first half. Now he finished the game, I think, with 26. If I go back to that window, yeah, at 26, he finished with 8 for 18 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3. The guy's shots were just not going down in the first half. So I understand that sentiment, but at the same time too, as a team, you guys gotta figure something out here, man. I don't know. I just don't think they have the guys on the roster to compete with the Knicks. I just don't think it's happening. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think if I'm Kenny Atkinson, this is going to be overreactionary to a lot of people. And if it fails, you'll get even lambasted further. Start Dennis Schroeder, bench James Harden. Dennis Schroeder defensively is a really, really, really good guard. Put him on Jalen Brunson. It's not going to stop all the scoring, but it's not going to give you somebody they could attack on defense. That James Harden be Lou Williams. Get your 20 points off the bench and pick apart the Knicks bench. That's not that good. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not fair, but not as strong as that. Certainly that lethal starting five. Play that game. Keep us in it when we need the points. But defensively, I would say that's got to be a conversation they got to have. If James Harden has a problem with it, it's like, well, buddy, you've had 14 years of being a complete no-show in the playoffs. So what am I supposed to do? Suck it up. Like, I'm not trying to sound harsh to James Harden. He's a hell of a better basketball player. He's better at basketball than I ever met basically anything in my life. But like, I'm not trying to sound like a punk. However, I mean, he's the reason they lost game one. He is. Like, he had something like 8 turnovers. I mean, the guy was unplayable. Now that's on the coach to take him out of that situation, but he's also supposed to be your second best player. 6 turnovers. All right, I'm being a little harsh. Donovan Mitchell had 4. Evan Mobley had 3.
But yeah, I feel like that's
and again, in that game, Dennis Schroeder had a 0 plus minus, which means they weren't better or worse with him on the court in terms of scoring. He was the only player that finished that game, even with the big lead the Cavaliers had. He was the only player that played more than 5 minutes. Keon Ellis had a positive plus minus of 6, but played 5 minutes. Dennis Schroeder was the only one who played more than 5 minutes. He played 18 minutes, plus minus a 1, plus 1. Not a huge sample size, but again, if I'm their coaching staff, I'm looking at putting Dennis Schroeder in that starting lineup.
Okay.
It's less work Harden and Mitchell have to do.
It's a lot to decide, but either way, I feel like we talked about the series a decent amount. I know what's going on right now with the what was I gonna say? The Western Conference Finals now with OKC and OKC and the Spurs. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. I know game 1 was pretty hard-fought battle. I know Wemby had 25 rebounds? Yeah, 24.
Yeah, he had 41 points and 24 rebounds. Classic game. That's the kind of one you're going to see on the NBA channel for years to come. That was a hell of a game. I loved watching every second of it. I was stoked for it. Going into the series, I picked the Spurs to come out of it reluctantly. I had said the Spurs had beaten them 4 out of 5 times in the regular season. That can't mean nothing. Not that the Thunder are a bad team, not by any means, but in that 2 overtime thriller, Victor Wembanyama, 41 points, 24 rebounds, 9 of which were offensive rebounds, which is unheard of, 3 blocks. And of course, how can anybody forget that dagger 3 from the 7'4" Frenchman? Ow. Absolutely lethal. And again, as somebody who had a little bit of money on the game, I needed a Wembanyama 3. Bang, as Mike Breen would say. So,
Bang.
yep, absolutely just lethal. Did not see that one coming. I was ready to go down my ship, and there he hits it. It's kind of, boy, look at you. So, I they just don't have an answer for it. There's like a little bit of a rivalry people talked about between Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. It's about as one-sided as my rivalry with James Harden. Like Victor Wembanyama absolutely ate him alive in this game. 41 points, like I said, 14 for 25 from the field is better than 50%. Like that's not bad. Devin Vassell had a nice game. Stephon Castle had 11 assists, 11 turnovers, like that. But against a tight defensive team like the Thunder, I mean, a game one kind of not doing the best with turnovers. I can give you some grace. Dylan Harper had 7 steals. I mean, the Spurs really just showed up in game one, a 2 overtime game. They absolutely took SGA out of it. SGA had 8 for 9 from the free throw line, 2 for 7 from the field, from 3-point range, 7 for 23 from the field. They ate him up. And he still finished with 24 points. But, if I say 7 for 23 for 16 points, that's a lot better than 24 because you went 8 for 9 from the free throw line and they can't even breathe on you without getting a call. So I think this should be a really fun one. Game 2, everybody else is talking about. We don't have to talk about game 2. The officiating in game 2, clean it the F up. I always say the cardinal sin to commit in sports isn't even necessarily cheating. It's being boring. Don't make me want to turn off the game to watch 20-year-old episodes of Crossing Jordan. Okay? Come on. Like, what are we doing? The officiating in that game was a joke. I mean, come on. Don't make me want to turn the game off. I want to watch the game. I want to have fun. Let me have my fun. Let me watch the game. And I was just really bummed out to see that because now we have to talk about it instead of mentioning all the really good play that went along with it because it feels cheesy. You feel cheated as a fan. I'm carving out time in my busy schedule to watch this game when the Survivor season finale is on, and here I am, and I got to deal with this crap. And now it says only 21 personal fouls for both teams, but you think of all the no calls that weren't called. I mean, Christ almighty, Isaiah Hartenstein could have stabbed Victor Wembanyama, and they would have called Victor Wembanyama for a blocking foul. Like, come on, give me a break. He was getting mauled the whole game to the fact where even the announcers, the NBA shills, are having to address the fact that you guys just keep getting it wrong this whole game. And when it's one team that keeps getting the benefit of it, it's just like is anybody outside of Oklahoma? Like, I'm a diehard Suns fan. Like, I'm rooting for the Spurs, bro. I feel dirty. Rooting for the Spurs, man.
You're dirty.
It would be like if you guys rooted for the Celtics. Ugh.
That is crazy.
My skin's crawling just thinking of it.
That's pretty crazy.
So, do you have anything for this series? I know you work weeknights, so you might not have caught the first game or two.
Usually, I catch them on my computer. So I'm following. I'm following as best as I can. Especially obviously watch this playoffs has definitely been interesting. Not just because the Knicks are in it, but it's just been basketball. I feel like over the past couple of years has been very intriguing.
Open,
yeah, it's so obviously I've seen what Wemby's going on. Nick Caruso, who's supposedly, from what I heard, is one of the best role players ever. I think Kendrick Perkins said the other day.
Alex Caruso.
My apologies. That he's top 5 role player of all time.
I got to think on that.
That's just
I could see the argument. I mean, game 1, he was their best player. He should have gotten Defensive Player of the Year award votes over freaking Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, not Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren. If that's a second place Defensive Player of the Year award, bro, what are we talking about? Victor Wembanyama's eating him alive like escargot, dog. Like, what are we talking about?
What are we doing here?
I mean, absolutely. Like, especially with like Chet Holmgren, like they were like in game one, they were trying to like build like this rivalry of the two young centers, bro. Yeah, like, what, dog? Really? They're putting Alex Caruso, who's 6'4", that's being generous, 6'4" or 6'5" on Victor Wembanyama, and he was doing a better guarding him than Holmgren was, bro. But yes, I could see the argument. One of the best 5 ever. I guess you have to have Robert Horry in there. Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper was a starter. I don't know if I'd put him in there. Tony Kukoc, Manu Ginobili. John Havlicek was the 6th Man of the Year award winner, but I think he also won an MVP at one point in his career. I'm inclined to disagree slightly.
This valid.
Cornbread Maxwell won a Finals MVP. Andre Iguodala won a Finals MVP. Ron Harper had some good moments for the Bulls and the Cavaliers and the Lakers. Horace Grant, Mr. Goggles. So no, I see Kendrick Perkins, but I respectfully disagree.
Okay, that's valid.
I'm trying to think if there's like anybody's. Oh, I was a big Leandro Barbosa fan. Not that he's like a top even like 10 role player of all time, but Leandro Barbosa, just the name Leandro Barbosa, reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean, Brandon.
That's a poll. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Literally. Okay. Don't want to derail us too much. You know I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
I do.
The first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean is better than any of the Star Wars movies. As a trilogy. Better than any of the Star Wars trilogies.
That's pretty intense. That's a big argument.
And you know I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Some would say Star Wars super fan.
Star Wars. It's Star Wars. Comparing that to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Bro,
I mean, no disrespect to Pirates of the Caribbean.
I rewatched a couple years ago when I was in the Outer Banks with the boys, drinking rum, watching Pirates of the Caribbean at nighttime.
The Caribbean.
Excellent. One of top tier vacation. Outside of Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back, I would rank those first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies all ahead of any Star Wars movie ever. And it's not even close. The gap is like the same between like my 10-minute health PSA video I made in 9th grade health class and Citizen Kane. Like it is, bro, what are we talking about? Okay. Do you have anything else for basketball, or do we want to like switch gears to baseball? I know that you're a big Star Wars fan, but I don't know if you were a Pirates of the Caribbean fan or not.
I surprisingly, I remember 5th grade, I think I had a little bit of a quick like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I was obsessed with it. I remember buying the Lego one.
Hell yeah, dude!
Like I remember playing the Lego one when that came out. I remember. Fun fact, actually, me and Jake Scammell, we played it. We actually played the Lego game maybe like 30 days before it came out, and we were doing a review for Newsday for kids, something like that. Like they actually, and like there's people that get to meet celebrities. Like I forgot who it was. Like I forgot what it was called. But it was like I think it was something with Newsday. It was like it was like and they obviously I think Newsday has like a kids section, for the kids, and like some people actually get to meet some celebrities. And then like I guess maybe and then I forgot what else it was, but I'm pretty sure it was for Newsday. And so I guess we did like a review for the game. So me and Jake were actually playing. I remember going to his house. We actually were playing the game for like I think 30 days before it came out. I don't know if I ever told you about that.
You did tell me this.
I did, right?
Yeah.
That was a cool experience looking back on that. Honestly, like playing a video game like weeks before it comes out. Like that's pretty. Yeah, it was cool. So Maybe I should try to find a way to download it on my Xbox. Maybe I'll play it one day if I'm bored. Um, but no, but in terms of my Pirates of the Caribbean obsession, um, like I think there was a time, and then it was like 2011, so that's when the movie came out. Like I think it was the fourth one.
Yeah, Stranger Tides. Womp
Right.
womp.
I don't think it wasn't good, right?
It was terrible. Only good thing about that movie was getting to look at Penelope Cruz. Hey now, come on now, Dennis, play nice. 11th grade Denny, what are you doing?
Play nice, Denny. Play
11th
nice.
grade, 11-year-old Denny, what are you doing? Tighten up.
Play nice, Denny. Play nice.
Play nice in the sandbox, you little 5th grade heathen.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, but I thought it was a good movie as a kid, and then I remember I didn't see the one that came out in 17. Now I know they're supposed to make a sixth one, but I don't know what's I think they're really trying to work their way to get back Johnny Depp to play Jack Sparrow. I think they're trying to work as hard as they can, because obviously what happened in that situation with him and Amber Heard.
Yeah, whatever happened there.
But I think that they're trying to really work because I think they dropped him as Jack Sparrow, and then now obviously my favorite thing about Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously I remember anytime I'm in Disney, I always go on that ride. I'm pretty sure I went on it as a kid. When I've been going to Disney a lot over the past couple of years, I've gone on that ride. It's one of my favorite rides when I go to Disney. I think one time Johnny Depp actually was on pretended like be like a animatronic, and then it was actually him. People were like, oh, Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, But honestly, no, you make a good case. The first 3 movies,
they're so good.
They're pretty good.
So good. The effects in that movie are better than like the Avengers movies. And you know me, the only thing I like more than Star Wars is squirrel brain superheroes.
It actually does.
Pirates of the Caribbean is so. The second this ends, whoever's watching, listening, whatever, turn this. Close your YouTube app after you're done. After we're done here, obviously, give us the views, give us the comments. Go and watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Then come back and leave a comment in the comment section. Like, Dennis is completely right, or this guy's an idiot Yankee fan. Shut up. Go to bed. Shut up. Go to bed. I hope you failed that last assignment that you tried to.
Real quick, and then we'll dive into baseball quick. I want to talk about the Subway Series. Keith Richards was in the 2011 movie.
Yes, he played Jack Sparrow's dad,
Captain T. That's pretty funny.
Which makes total sense.
Judi Dench is in it too. I remember watching her in she's a pretty famous English actor. She's in
Judi
Skyfall.
Dench.
Yeah, I know she's in Skyfall. The James Bond movies.
I was about to say, you're a James Bond guy though, aren't you?
A little bit, not too much.
Oh, okay. I know one person I know is like a James Bond super fan, and I was like, are you another one? But I guess no. I know you're a big Godzilla fan.
I was a big Godzilla fan. No, I wasn't a big James. I mean, I remember seeing Skyfall with my Aunt Jenny. It was a great movie. It was a really great movie. I remember seeing that I remember seeing that. That was one of the movies I saw. It was a great movie. But yeah. But honestly, maybe at some point, now that it's getting warmer out, I'll find a way to watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Maybe it's a movie I'll watch maybe with Emily. I don't know if I ever told you about Emily, but that's something off the show. Maybe that's something we can do together. You're not going to tell her. I'm actually going to text. I'm going to text her right now, actually. Be like, hey.
Buddy.
Hey, my buddy. Say, hey, my buddy.
Buddy, you scallywag.
My God. The Pirates of the... All right, you pirate. So next thing you know, I'm going to see you with an eye patch and a parrot.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my God.
Dude.
You should be Jack Sparrow for Halloween next year.
I look more like Gibbs. The fact
is that
the short fat guy with the beard?
I want to see you at,
the 2 viewers we have right now. One of them is me. The other one is cracking up right now. I don't know who it is.
It's probably Jay. I know he's probably
probably
Jason,
Mailman Jason.
If you hear this and you have another Halloween party, I'm making sure Dennis comes to this Jack Sparrow. I might be Daft Punk. I gotta see.
I just show up with a bottle of rum. I could do a Jack Sparrow if I'm drunk enough. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference because I wouldn't be able to get any words out in the first place.
No, it's not got me to want to watch the Pirates
The
of
Jack
the
Sparrow
Tear
movie.
be in movies. Oh God, someone's. Let's see, who's typing. I'm watching it. Um, okay, but
Love
anyway,
that movie,
Jack
bro.
Sparrow and the
Love that
Chicken
movie.
and Chicken Joe Halloween party. I'm with it. I'm with it. That was good. That was a good Halloween party too. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's all I gotta say. It was a good Halloween party. That was fun. I was I was Rocky. And then I have some, real quick, and then we'll dive into the Subway series. I already have some Halloween costumes. I know it's Memorial Day week. We're not even past Memorial Day weekend, but I already have Halloween. We already talked about Halloween.
Who you going?
I have Buddy the Elf, which my nickname is
I'm
Buddy.
surprised
So
you haven't done that yet.
I want to do for Christmas, like Christmas time. I always said like when I worked at Quick Check, I actually would like do it, like dress up as Buddy the Elf. I mean, because again, my nickname's Buddy, so people are like I'm
There,
surprised
that's
I haven't done
cool.
it either. It would fit, and I would post on Instagram. um,
Did I just like stumble across a decent hairstyle for me? What? What?
mm,
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
really want
Maybe.
one year I'm gonna do Daft Punk. I know my friend Anthony Cooch. He did Daft Punk last year. Um, for some reason, Ghostbuster, Willy Wonka. I think Jared Goff inspired me to do Willy Wonka because it's like a meme of him, like in like Willy Wonka costume. So I've seen it, and I was like, you know what? I can see him as a Willy Wonka. I can see me as like I don't know. It's like I love what Jason. He was Lorax. Like it's just his like it fits his like personality. Like so, I love it. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just I love
That's
it. Like and
classic.
like I couldn't pull off the Lorax, but like, I know he could, and and he did. It was Jason Ways.
My issue with Halloween costumes is like I don't know what I want. Like I know what I want to do, but it wouldn't line up with like I don't care enough. I kind of forget. And then that's why this year I was like, oh, I need a costume. And I was like looking at stuff. I was like, should I go as like a barbarian? Should I do this, that, the other? I was like, dude,
I'm
just
listening to
buy
you.
like fake handcuffs and wear your work clothes and be a detective. I had my little notepad. I had my little notepad. That was funny.
But anyways,
I
so
didn't get as much mileage out of that as I thought I would.
we'll save Halloween for October. But the Subway
Baseball.
series, man, was Sunday was a great time. I
Yeah,
honestly, you
whatever.
obviously saw I was there. Or else I would have went to Croxley's because I know you texted me. You still going to Croxley's?
Better that we didn't go because I had so much work I had to get done. But
Yeah, that's
some
fine.
wings could have put me over the edge.
I didn't get to. Well, that sounds
Could have
yummy right
tipped
now.
the
Maybe I should get
scales.
that. But I uh, I didn't get the all the Palmers you were telling me about.
You
I
did?
did. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, not. Next time,
We could
we
turn
got
this
the whole.
off.
We got the whole.
We could turn this off. Dude.
I disappointed Denny. We got the whole summer. I will get a Met. I will. I'm saying like I'll go to as many Met games as you want this year. But I'm saying I'd love to get one with you soon.
Yeah, I got to go to a game. I got to do something.
Yeah, we'll plan it out. We'll save that for after the show. But it was great though. I took Emily. We had a great time. She got to experience my Met fan. I wasn't too bad. I did kind of. I was talking trash to a guy that was yelling outside of Yankees at City Field. He kept saying walking last in the division, and I was like, yeah,
I hate that so much. You know I do. And what I hate about that is like your team lost and you're still like still last in the division.
yeah.
That's like your wife having an affair and saying, "Well, I was with her first." Bro, shut up.
And I would.
What are
I
you
usually. I
doing?
usually
Like,
keep my. I usually keep my mouth shut. I don't like. I try not to heckle. With
scoreboard.
my dad. My dad would. My dad. No, I don't. I don't think I. No, 'cause he was like. Again, and I'm not trying to be. It's like when you say you pick on people. He was like, no, maybe like his like 60s. I was like I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, like because I'm
In his
saying like at
60s
the
doing this, bro. That's so
when I
dumb.
said it, like I felt kind of bad. I said to Emily like that because she was with me. I felt kind of bad. I was like, I felt kind of bad, but like I was like, I think I'm making it more than what it is. Like he pissed me off. I didn't say anything bad. I said I'm like, hey man, enjoy Cancun. What I wanted to say was like, hey, don't worry, we're gonna be in Cancun too. It was like we'll be in Cancun together. Don't worry. But like it kind of was like a spear of the moment. I kind of like, and then I walked away. That was it. Like but like yeah, it like pissed me off. Like last in division, 12 and a half games back. I'm like, hey, it's like hey, don't worry, man. We'll see you in Cancun soon. That's what I wanted to say. But I was like, I was like, well, like you'll be in Cancun soon. Don't worry. And I just walked away. Like it's stupid arguing with stupid. I just want it's my dad says well I wouldn't say that, not stupid with stupid. It's like my dad always says you argue with an a-hole, you are an a-hole. So I
Yeah.
just walked I walked away. But no, I actually had no, like everybody that I was with in the section, it was a great time. We had a great time. And I remember there was a Yankee fan that walked past me. I didn't know he was a Yankee fan. I was like a old guy, like talk, like just like walking by. He's like great game, right? I was like yeah. I was like yeah. But then in my mind I was like it's not over yet because it was like just getting into extra innings. Like everything just happened, and I love what he said to me. It was a kind of cool moment. He's like my grandpa used to tell me that extra innings, free baseball, and I'm like yeah, I don't know why I never thought of it like that. Like it's really true. Like I don't know why it just hit me. I don't know. I thought it was a cool moment. He's like saying my grandpa used to say that. I don't know why. Like like not to be too superstitious. I thought
Yeah, I
it was
got you.
a weird sign, but it was cool. It's true. Extra innings, it's free baseball.
I love randos at games. Like, do you remember like when we went to the Mets Dodgers game, the random guy at the train station?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
guy
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
awesome. That guy was awesome. That's the kind of guy we should have had him on the show. That's the kind of guy just such a great hang. This old guy who's just like there, loves the Dodgers super fan, and is just there for the vibes. Love it. But then like you have like, or when we went to the A's Mets game, and they're the Oakland fans that we're chit chatting with. Like I like randos
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And then like when I went to the WBC, me and my friends were talking with a bunch of Japanese fans.
That's pretty cool.
And so like I love randos at games. What I hate are people that like trash talk games and do exactly what I did when we saw the Mets Dodgers game. In
Yeah,
my defense, one, I was trying to be funny. Two, I was loaded. Three, it was my birthday.
it was your birthday. It was your birthday.
So yeah, it was more so I want to make you guys laugh more than anything
Oh
else.
no, no,
And I want
I
to
was
make
having fun.
myself
Yeah.
laugh, which is basically how I always live my life. I want to make myself laugh. And but like I kind of didn't care. Like I was just there for like the full like Nets experience. Like they're gonna lose this. They had like a 2-0 run. It's like it's gonna.
Yeah. Oh no,
It's you
you were
guys are
pissed.
gonna
No, you were
lose,
pissed. You were
man.
pissed. No, you put. But no, I love you. Like whatever. No, never like you're good to go to games with. Like, there's people that are like nah, like you're like no,
Yeah.
I'm saying like I felt bad last year because one time I was like in your I was about the Yankees and like I remember I actually pissed you off. You're like only the Mets, only the Mets. I mean, I remember I was kidding. But no, I would say like I'm always fun to like I'm never one to like heck like I'm always fun to go to games with. And like my section was pretty cool. Like we actually sat next to a couple. Like the husband was a Met fan. They're like around our age, or like maybe a little older, maybe Liam's age. But
Okay.
they just got married actually, like within a year.
Oh,
They're
good for them.
yeah,
Congratulations.
no, and the wife was a Yankee fan, the husband was a Met fan, and like whenever the Mets were like doing bad, like we actually would always like we were like yeah, we actually like talked to him like throughout the game, really nice people, and then anything with the Mets, like I was looking at him, I'm like what's going on, man? I was like roasting Tyron Taylor the whole game because like
You muted yourself, Bubba.
I'm still on the rant. I was getting mad when Bo Bichette had that era. I blamed Taylor. I'm like, I guess, but it was I guess a miscommunication. Like Bo Bichette should have had that, or I don't know. I thought it was like Tyrone Taylor's fault at first because I was like, and I was loud. Everyone was like I was like, this guy sucks. Get him out. Like, and then of course he ties up the game like at the end of it. I'm like, oh my! You saw my reaction both the fantasy and the oh, I did not. I did not. I had a weird feeling though. It was like 6-3. Oddly enough, that game against the Nationals when Todd Frazier tied it up, I was there for that too. And of course, I was there for this game too. I had a weird feeling. Like, and I said to Emily, I'm like, you know what? It's 6-3. Like, it's not completely over. Like I got the tickets for a good price too. Um, so like it's a Subway Series. We're enjoying the day. There's no reason to leave. There's people leaving, but like, I had a weird for some reason I had a weird feeling. I'm like, this game's not over yet. And I mean, even if they lost, I'm like, let's watch the whole game. It's like, what's the rush to leave? And then of course they tie it up, I'm like going nuts. I'm like, it was great. And then I took everything back about Tyrone Taylor. I'm like, I take it back. He's great. It's just a great moment. First pitch curveball, he just hit it down the left field by the left field foul pole, and obviously, I, David Bender. What's going on with him?
Buddy, what do you want me to say? Like since the '70s, up until like 5 years ago, the Yankees always had good bullpens. Now it's like freaking me in there. So and I think your audio is a little
So
yeah, because you sound a little robo-y, and I hear me through you. But I don't I can't watch. It's so like obnoxious watching this stupid bullpen just like
okay.
cough up games left, right, and center. It's annoying. It's so annoying. Like Tim Hill's our best reliever. Tim Hill. I don't know what we're doing. It's annoying, but it is what it is. I guess I'll keep watching. I've got nothing else better. Nothing else better.
It was
nothing else going for me.
the Mets. They've I've the beginning of the season was just putrid. It was absurd. And I thought that the 12-game losing streak that didn't help. And the amount of games that they could have won that could have helped them now. But then would did wonders for them. But I mean, you can't like a Pokemon, got to catch them all. But in terms of this, you can't win them all. You know. So I love the fire and I love what's been going on. It's been watchable. And I've been enjoying watching the games and seeing them producing like they should. I've been enjoying seeing Carson Bench turned into the rookie phenom that everyone's expecting him to be. And I wrote an article about him in the future about him, with the Mets and and again, like I said, that I wrote about him for Blitz Sports Media, and I don't know if you read it. Obviously you've been busy, so I've been
You have to
surprised
send me the link.
Well, I sent the baseball chat. I'll send it again. Maybe I'll send it to you individually.
Oh, okay, maybe
But
I'm married.
yeah, but again, from his batting average being from like 130 to 260. And again, he just needed to adjust to the everyday, to the major league pitching. It took a while. He had to fix his stance. He's looking great. AJ Ewing, could be the next Brandon Nimmo of the Mets. He's got tremendous speed. Has been getting on base. I haven't been keeping up with him the past couple of games, but I know he's been producing. So it's not like he's hitting like 2 for 24. Like he's looking like he could be in the core outfield with him and Soto and Benj. So that's been fun. It sucks that Clay Holmes is probably likely out for the year, in my opinion. He broke his leg. That's a long recovery. That's not something you just come back for. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the pitching. Maybe they trade for some arms if they're contending. But that's again, they got to keep winning. They got to get over 500 first, so I got to worry about that. But again, I like what I'm seeing, and I hope they keep it going. And this a gym buddy of ours, he keeps telling me, he's like, what I tell you is that they're going to beat up on shit teams, and and they're gonna come back and they're gonna make a run. I'm telling you, and I'm like, Jim, they are the shit team. They are one of the teams. They all want. They all want.
Jimmy, wake up!
Right,
Jimmy, are you watching the games, Jimmy?
And he's a big Yankee fan too. So like I am, but he's been roasting the Yankees. He's been roasting the Yankees too, and like I've been, again, I can't talk if my team's bad. I won't be quiet.
I saw something. The Yankees still haven't beaten the team over 500 yet.
Really?
Supposedly, that's true. I saw that a couple of days ago, so I don't know how accurate it is currently, but I guess so. No, we didn't get swept by the Rays. Did we get swept by the Rays? Dude, effing Rays, bro. I hate that.
I almost could have wrote
We
for.
did.
You did what? What'd you do?
Actually, we haven't beaten a team that's over 500.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's
Not in a single game, let alone a series.
okay.
Not happy about that. Fire everybody. Yeah, I mean, this isn't even close.
There's a lot of baseball to
I
come.
think we took a game from the Brewers. No, we didn't. Oh, come on. All right, whatever.
I did.
It's a long season. Plenty of game left.
I
We
did
barely
spend.
played any teams over 500. Half the league is below 500.
You know, the Yankees were 7 out of the last. They've lost 7 out of the last 11. Before that, I guess beginning of the week. Now I think it's changed. I actually could have wrote about it, but I didn't have the time.
Yeah, there's only 15 teams above 500, and most of them we haven't played yet. So whoever's getting that narrative out there, go suck a lemon. It's a long season, plenty of game left, whatever.
Plenty of game left.
It's simple for you guys. Now the Braves are like unbeatable, so my preseason bet for $2,300 or whatever it is not going to hit. But you guys, we'll see. I'm rooting for you. Go on, Soto. I'm happy to see Bo Bichette's been doing better too.
He's been heating up. I think he's going to go on a tear. Hopefully, I'm saying I think he's not. I wouldn't say on like a hot tear, but I'd say he's going to produce.
Mr. Buddy.
Well, you know, what's that?
I said he's always a slow starter, Mr. Buddy.
You've always said he's a slow starter. You said it. You've said it.
Pretty good. I've guessed you guys right, except this year. I've guessed you guys right. Every single acquisition, every single. What? Nostradamus.
I think with did you predict last year they weren't going to make the playoffs? Like down the line, like as their season, like did you?
No, but I had the Braves winning the division last year. This year I flipped it. Preseason.
Right. Down the line,
it.
I kept saying the Mets are not going to win the. No, what did I say? I said they're not going to make the playoffs. The way they were playing, they just weren't winning games. The pitching collapsed. They collapsed. It was a worst collapse since 07. That's how bad it was.
True.
So, but again, I was telling people last year they're not making the playoffs. Like, trust me, I'd love them to, but they don't deserve it. They did, and rightfully so, and they didn't. They had one game to win. They easily could have won it, and the Miami Marlins said otherwise. But your other team, yep, and they play them tonight. So I'm interested in seeing how the Mets are going to play against them because they're one of their division. They are a division rival for them. They love beating up on the Mets. It's weird. Like they're obsessed with the Mets. I don't understand it. It's like they don't play up to par, even though their roster I feel like has gotten better. I love Liam Hicks, but I feel like when it comes to like down the line when they play the Mets, it's like they're on X Games mode. Like what's happening here?
They show up, Brandon. They swim upstream. That's why. Be careful for our fish. Wait, these fish bite. Gotta be careful, Brandon. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Now they're although they've been terrible over the last 10 games. They're 3-7 over their last 10. I was like, fishies are looking pretty good this year. No. They've actually fallen apart pretty drastically.
I was high on Sandy Alcantara, but he's so far the first 4 games he was great, but now he's becoming a liability. And I was with Sean last night, and he was saying to me, he's like, oh, I told you. I'm like, well, a little bit.
Okay. He also had like a 30-point game at one point, Sean. So like, take it easy, pal.
He did, and unfortunately, he was on I've been good. Real quick, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm 5-2, man.
Do we have to talk
I
about
have more
teams?
wins now than at this point I did last year, and maybe the year before, maybe combined. Like, cause my team, like, what's going on with Sean? With City, like almost every player was like on the IL for me. It was brutal.
Have you seen my team?
Let me look at it right now.
My team is bleeding red. You can just see IL. Garrett Cole's coming back tonight, though. Cold summer, baby. You better get your parkas on. Get your parkas on.
That would have been a good investment. I would have invested in Cole. So I don't
know. But I beat you to it.
You did beat me to it. Unfortunately, you beat me to it. The pitchers. Would you want to trade Jacob McGowski?
I would need a lot. I would need so much. I would need so many assets.
God.
What?
I was looking at his point. Dude, he's like 27, 30, 27,
That's what
27.
I'm saying. Like, I'm not trading him away. Yeah, sure. I'll take Francisco Alvarez at a 1-for-1. No, I need like your entire roster for that, and cash considerations. A player to be named later,
Mm.
and a
I'm
copy
5 and
machine.
2. Tony Cooper's got a good team. Tony's got a good team. Yeah,
Tony's
this
always
is.
got a good team. I hate that guy.
Yeah, Clay Holmes got hurt for him. Clay Holmes. It sucks, man. It's brutal.
Yeah, tough break.
But yeah, but I'm excited for.
That's not what I meant.
He's got a yeah. Oh my god, he's got a good team. Oh my god, Otto Lopez.
Oh my god.
He was added in 3. Damn it, I should have picked him up. But yeah, I guess it's kind of. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
I think we're good. Oh, go Habs, bro. What? Canadians showed up all season, postseason long. You've been hearing Hurricanes are gonna win everything. Cabs showed up, absolutely destroyed them. 6-2. Thanks for playing, baby. Bye bye. Bye bye. I give you 55. Sent them packing. So go ahead, Montreal Canadiens. I've been to Montreal twice. Some nice people up there. I had an A&W, Brandon. Ooh, the root beer was nice and fresh. Booyah. Okay, I think that does it for today. Go Habs.
Go Habs. Thank you everybody for tuning in again. Hope everybody has a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. And again, thank you for tuning in to Sports Shack. My name is Brandon Draw Natali.
Dennis.
There you go. And hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. And let's go Knicks. And that's basically it.
Let's go Yankees. What are we talking about? Go Yankees, Garrett. Go. Come on.
Let's go Mets.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.